At the time of taking this video right now, I wholeheartedly agree and I wholeheartedly believe. What's going on? At the time of me recording this video right now, I wholeheartedly believe that I have probably taken about 500 plus interviews. I've interviewed setters, I've interviewed closers, I've interviewed door-to-door sales reps, I've interviewed managers, I've interviewed people even for my content. Like I've interviewed an insane amount of people. And genuinely, as a sales rep, if you're watching this video right now, probably the most important thing, I think the most important thing other than actually, getting the reply for the role is getting the interview for the role and then performing on that interview. Okay, interviews are one of those things where it's a skill once you master, and once you're able to get the hang of an interview, once you're able to step into interviews confidently and get the hang of them, you will never ever struggle with anything again. I wholeheartedly believe now, no matter what the role is, no matter what the job is, based on the interview process alone, I'd be able to get whatever job I want just because of the type of person I am, because of the interview process, and because I understand interviews, and also because I'm great at sales, right? Selling and sales is getting good at selling and sales is wholeheartedly going to take you far in any single sort of interaction you have, whether it's an interview, whether it's a date, whether it's getting a cheaper deal at the barber, getting a cheaper deal at the market, whatever it is, right? But genuinely, interviewing is probably one of the best skills that you can have, because no matter what, as you're elevating, you're always going to have to interview people, or you're always going to be interviewed. Whether it's you interviewing for a manager role, whether it's you interviewing to be the next CEO for a company, okay? All of these skills are transferable. And what I'm going to be showing you guys today is how to ace interviews. Okay, so it's the cool face, right? And, it's the standard stuff. Like the standard stuff you can imagine. First things first is you want to be on time. Look sharp, dress well, make sure you've got a good camera and a good lighting, and show you're an expert. Okay, what I mean by this is even if you're not an expert yet, or even if you're just starting, you still need to feel like an expert. And you need to understand that you've gone through the training, and you're going through the training, you're building yourself up, so you are the expert. Okay, you need to be a doctor. Doctors don't beat around the bush or talk about what they had for dinner on their interview. Okay, they control the pace of the call, and they literally frame it as if it's a sales call. Like you want to treat your interviews as if it's a sales call. This was a thing that I gave to my one-to-one, that genuinely, if I had an interview nowadays, right, and I was like a sales rep, a setter, or a closer, and I was looking to get hired for an offer, I start the call like, listen, it's good to have you on the call today, brother. Yeah, honestly, I really just wanted to use this call today to run you through myself as a setter or a closer, but also as a person, and discuss more about what I can provide to your business. I've got a few questions about the business to see whether it would be worth your time or if there's any value to provide. I'm sure you've got questions for me yourself too. It's an interview. So I've done a lot of prep. Sounds good? Cool. Perfect. And then just start with a question of what they're looking for for a sales rep, a setter or a closer, and just begin the convo, okay? Genuinely, right, if a setter jumped on a call or if a closer jumped on a call with me like this, and they framed it like this, I'd genuinely be taken aback. They've shown they're not flimsy like half of this sales rep. They've shown they're trying to take the frame and do what a sales rep should do. And it shows how you will sell for them. And they're for sure not going to forget about you anytime soon. Okay? A frame like this, a strong frame like this, I promise you would absolutely smash it on an interview. And the truth is, a lot of people bottle interviews and a lot of people fumble interviews is because they actually build it up and they actually make it bigger than it is. The best interviews that I've had, whether I've been the interviewee or the person that's interviewing, are the interviews where I've gone in there and I've just spoke to them like they're my friend. I've maintained frame, I've been professional, but I haven't thought of it as some really rigid thing. I haven't put the offer on a pedestal. I haven't put them on a pedestal like they're better than me, even though I know it's hard to feel like that, and you all have that imposter syndrome. I haven't put them on that pedestal, and therefore I've just been able to speak to them, and it's been a flowing conversation. It hasn't felt like an interview. It's been two people bouncing off of each other, and people are going to more likely want to work with you if they feel that energy there, okay? Genuinely, people more likely will remember you for how you make them feel. And if you make them feel comfortable, if you make them feel like you're someone who they can talk to, if you make them feel like you're a stud and you're someone who can hold a conversation on an interview, they will give you the role. The first interview I ever had, the person said, David, do you know what it is? The reason I want to work with you is because I can see me and you going for a drink and not speaking about business. And he said this to me like 2-3 years ago. And this is something that stuck with me because it's so true. Like genuinely, If you can come across as the type of person that you'd go for a drink with, or that they'd go for a drink with, you're already half of the way there, all right? So these are the 3 things that you need to show when you're on an interview. Number 1 is hunger. Skill aside, if you can show an owner, or if you can show a business owner how hungry you are to work with them, and that you will outwork your peers, and you're with the biz long term, they will opt for you, okay? So you want to sit down and you want to pen, why are you hungry for this? Why are you hungry for this offer? What will it do for you? Sit down and write that. Like, actually think why that is. What will you bring to the role? Like, how will you be able to make the role better? Is it your energy? Is it your skills? Is it the fact that you're always willing to learn? What is it? Is it your inquisitiveness? What will you bring to the role? And why do you even need the role in the first place? If you sit down, write these 3 things and understand these 3 things when you're going into the interview, you'll smash it, okay? Genuinely, me as an interviewer, I've picked hunger over skill countless of times. I'd much rather pick someone with hunger, because hunger is something that you can't train. You can train skill, but you can't train hunger, okay? So the number 1 thing you need to show is hunger. The second thing is confidence. I'll be honest, right? There's nothing worse than getting on a call with flimsy, shy people. If outgoing, funny, shy, and charismatic isn't your personality, work in it or morph into it for the call. Like, step into that alternate reality. Because there is a reality of you where you are confident, where you're not shy, where you are charismatic, okay? Improving your character will help you outside of your role. The reason I've been able to get where I am right now is just me. I'm a funny, charismatic, charming person. And that's why I get far in life, because even when I haven't had the skill, I've always been able to show my energy, show my good energy, and that's why people have opted into me. Why I resonate with so many people, and literally the first reason for me ever getting a role is literally, like I said earlier, I forgot I even put this there, is he said I could see myself going for drinks with you. So be more social, read more books, watch videos on it, go outside more and watch people and talk to people. And the number 1 thing is just don't be scared to be different, all right? I'm going to make a video on how to be charismatic, but genuinely, the 2 things you need to take into account is make people feel good, show them that you're listening, show them that you're paying attention, and be the type of person where they feel like, yeah, I can go and speak to this guy and I'll have a laugh. And then secondly, don't be scared to be yourself, okay? So the number 1 thing is just confidence. Go in there with that energy. If you don't have that confident energy, morph into it, okay? Because you are the type of person. You have to become that person that you want to be before you are that person. And then finally, skill. It's the hardest thing on the list. It has to be earned, learned, and built over time. Okay, you could sit and read New Model of Sales cover to cover. You could sit and watch all of my videos. You can sit and, do everything in the world. But you'll never be as good as the guy that's been in the field doing it and getting the reps in for over a month, okay? So even after a month, your skill will still be like massively improved by just doing the thing rather than learning, okay? And skill is one of those things where you just have to learn from doing. You have to learn from the role play. You have to learn from getting on the offers or getting on the setting and the closing offers, but aren't as good initially, because that's what's going to build you up and get you to where you want to get to. If you focus on those 3 things, you show hunger, you show that you're going to be the hungriest person of the offer, you show confidence, that you are confident that you're going to be able to make it happen, you show your energy, you show funny charisma, and then finally, you just show that you either have the skill or you're willing to learn the skill. I promise you, interviewing will never be something that you struggle with again, okay? For all of you guys that are watching this video wanted to get into high ticket sales, please, I've got so many videos on here. Like, subscribe, message me on Instagram if you have any questions at all. Like, I'm always creating free guides and free resources, as you can see on here, that you guys would absolutely benefit from. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. You guys take care.